Okay, reality is again. So I want to talk about what was in the recent news media about the young man in Indiana who killed a variety of women and they were found in abandoned buildings. I want to say this. I sympathize with the family for those women who they were related to, because that's a hard thing to see somebody and then know they was murdered by somebody. That's not a good thing to deal with. But what I want to say is, we as property owners, we as renters, we as neighbors, and we as a community have an obligation to our community to keep it safe. If your alderman, your mayor, your state representative doesn't see the need to board up buildings or have them torn down when they become abandoned. When you allow a building to stay abandoned for over 6 months, that poses a problem. That draws unwanted traffic. That draws people that are homeless. That draws people who need somewhere to smoke and get high. That draws people who want to traffic and sell drugs. And that draws people who are able to commit the crime this gentleman commits. Now, on the flip side, I heard this today in church, and it made sense to me that we as parents need to teach our daughters not to just follow anybody and be desperate to have a man. If you meet somebody, you really don't know that person. So don't meet him in a secluded area and you're just now meeting him. You don't know that person's history. You don't know his mindset. You don't know too much about this person. But yet we feel so trusting of these individuals. And it could lead down this path. And I don't think that you think about it when you think about nice looking, appearance, talk like he got sense. Well, crazy people talk like they have sense. They look good. They don't walk around with a t-shirt and say, I'm crazy, or I'm a murderer, I'm a rapist, or if you go with me, you're not going home tonight. That's not the signs that they give off. So why we fool ourselves into believing that when you meet someone, and it could be women too, they're just as crazy as men, that person, because they say, I love you, you look nice. People feed lies all the time. A lot of lies. People are good at lying. But to protect yourself, get to know, do some research. In this day and time, you can't too much take nobody's word for face value. But what the cities and the neighborhood and we as residents and voters and pay taxes for property in our neighborhood need to force the issue of abandoning buildings. They need to be condemned or remodeled and sold so they won't be abandoned anymore, because this stuff is unnecessary, and it should not take murder to get people's attention to know that this is a serious issue. And it doesn't matter what city or state. Any city or state that has too many abandoned buildings is a potential problem. We need to be proactive. Act before stuff happens instead of after the fact. That's all I'm saying. And I hope you agree to this. So think about it. Look around your neighborhood. Start making them phone calls to your aldermen, whoever you need to do, or make phone. You got kids. If you don't think about nobody, think about your kids who have to walk past these buildings. Make that phone call. Make that step. Get those buildings taken care of, closed down, or torn out, or boarded up all the way. Bottom line.